Mark Banning was about 6 foot and muscular beneath the off-the-rack suit. His hair was dark and combed back smooth. He listened to Al Fleming's story. Unfortunately, he had heard tales such as this before. Many of them ended badly. Banning hoped this was one of the exceptions. "You think she was going in the cab to meet someone?" Banning asked. "Yes, she was running away and I don't know how far." "Does she have a credit card?" "Yes, against my better judgment. She said she needed it for her internet account." Banning nodded. "Of course she wanted her own account, separate from yours." "Of course. That's so we couldn't track where she was going." "But you have some idea of that, don't you?" Fleming smiled. "She doesn't know it, but I know her email logon." "Her ID and password both?" "Yep. Her brother hacked into her account and found it." Banning smiled. "Sometimes those skills can be useful. What about her computer?" "It's a laptop, and she took it with her." Well, there's no tracing the sites that she's been to. But if you know how to get into her email account, we can see what's there." "How?" "Personal email can be accessed from any computer. All you need to know are the logins." Banning paused and thought before asking his next question. "Have you contacted the police or the FBI?" "I called the police when she first vanished, and they said she's not counted as a missing person until 24 hours, because she's over 18. That will be this afternoon. I'll call them again." "They'll probably put out an Amber Alert then. What about the FBI? If she's taken across state lines, it's in their jurisdiction." "My buddy Don Stegler recommended you." "Oh yes, I remember him. The police will probably call in the FBI when they issue the Amber, but still, why did you come to me?" "I wanted to do something. Get somebody working on it before the police. Besides, I hoped you would be more discreet." "I'll be as discreet as I can, but what you really want is for the cops to get moving on this. I've got a friend in Towson. He works in homicide, but maybe he can light a fire in the right place and get the ball rolling sooner." "Will you help me in the meantime?" "All right. I'll do some preliminary work and present it to the police. Maybe we'll find Grace, or a good clue to her whereabouts before they get started." Banning stood and told Fleming to follow him. They went to the outer office where Betsy, his assistant, sat. "Betsy, I've got some computer work for you to do. Open your laptop." Betsy was small and slender, with short auburn hair that curved about her face and neck. She got her laptop from a drawer and opened it up, turning it on. "Go into the net and pull up Yahoo," Banning told her. The laptop was equipped with a wireless modem, so it was a matter of moments when the Yahoo screen popped up. On Banning's instructions, Fleming gave her the login info, and she signed on as Grace. The girl's email screen showed. Several of them were from the same account, someone who called himself Studley101. Without further prompting, Betsy opened each email from Studley101. It only took a couple of messages to get the idea. "Mr. Fleming, it looks like Grace is with somebody she met on the internet." Fleming frowned and rapped the desk. "I was afraid of that. The other night she was on her computer when I went in to say goodnight. She was trying to hide it from me." "Teenage girls don't want their daddies knowing all that they do," Betsy said. "But if I had insisted on seeing what was on her screen, maybe I could have stopped her. She was probably emailing him last night." "Probably. There's no use beating yourself up about what you might have done." He leaned over Betsy's shoulder. "What does that last message say?" Betsy pulled up the most recent one. "It says for her to get a cab about noon yesterday. Does she have a cell phone?" "What teenage girl doesn't?" "Sorry, silly question. She probably called him once she got the cab and got further instructions." "In which case, we can track the call. Who is her phone company?" "Comcast." "Betsy, get me their number and switch the call to my office. Come back in, Mr. Fleming." They returned to Banning's office, and in a few moments the phone rang. Banning picked it up. "Hello. My name is Mark Banning. I'm a private investigator.